Hi, I'm Jenny Penn, and this is the third time I've tried to make this video, but whatever. I'm just gonna get down to bare facts. And this is my annoyance with people in kink meme land who think that everything has to be warned for, or everything is dubious consent, and therefore you have to have a dubious consent warning on your fic, even if it includes a surprise kiss and there isn't any dubious consent involved. Okay, first off, let's get our definitions straight. Dubious consent means when you do something that you don't want to do, but you do it for reasons. And it doesn't matter what that reason is. We do it all the time in life, like at jobs. I did stuff that I wasn't happy about, but I wanted to keep my job. Now, some of that is because that's what a good employee does. Some of that is just my own morals in life that I have. But sometimes there are things I thought were really stupid that I shouldn't have to do, but did anyway because, hey dude, I don't want to be fired from my job. Reasons. Most of the time, dubious consent goes to stuff in the erotic genre of fic. As in, you've got two people, one wants to have sex, the other doesn't, but somehow the second person goes along with it. For reasons. Dubious consent. Non-consensual is just a fancy schmancy way of saying rape. And I wrote one of those. And the rape wasn't even the thing in the story. The story I wrote had much more to do with character and brain stuff, and I'm not even going to go into it. But when I wrote that story, the rape wasn't even the focus. It just, But you know what? I put non-consensual / rape in the warning so that people knew that, hey, yeah, this is actually supposed to be a deeper story, but this happens, so don't blame me. I mean, come on. It's like picking up Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and not and having it warn about drugs and having people smash hotel rooms and stuff. And I didn't even know any of that was in there. Like, when I read the book, I knew it was going to be kind of hardcore. But I didn't know that it would include all the drugs that it did, and it really freaked me out in places. But then once I got past that, this book was amazing, and it was brilliantly written, and this guy, Hunter S. Thompson, is a freaking genius. He is like the #1 American author that everybody needs to read. Everybody needs to read Hunter S. Thompson because they can learn something from this dude. But you know what? The book wouldn't have been as brilliant if it had a big goddamn warning on the front of it saying, oh hey, drug use, blood, gore, and crazy lizards, and trippy, drug trippy stuff. You know, it wouldn't be as cool. And it's like, finding out half of that stuff was pretty awesome, even without the warnings. Because you know what? In books, publishers don't warn for nothing. You can pick up a Star Wars book and read something you don't like, and they don't warn for it. I mean, what's the point of the courtship of Princess Leia if you know that Han's gonna get her in the end? Which, okay, he does, and that was, but at least in the book, they made it like more of a threat. Like, she was actually thinking about going with this other guy, and Han really had to fight for her. Not to mention, Leia's not stupid. I guess she decided she wasn't gonna marry a man just for political reasons, and the political reasons that she would have married him for were stupid anyway. That would have been dubious consent, and she would have been happy in that marriage anyway. And the guy even found a girl he could be happy with, because I don't think he wanted to marry Leia in the first place either. And I just got off on a bunny trail. Whatever. God, I don't care. Okay, look. If you're going to warn your fic, warn appropriately. Just don't arbitrarily put warnings on because you don't want to offend people. I'm sorry, but in life, you offend people. You're going to offend people. I'm going to offend people. People are going to hate me for reasons, and I don't even give a shit anymore. You know why? Because it's the internet. It's not that important, and I have better things to do than waste my time on worrying about dumbass trolls. So, if I ever write in another kink meme again, I will warn for the appropriate things that the mods say to warn about. But I am not going to warn for stuff just because some stupid asshole says, oh, hey, dude, you wrote this thing and you have to put a DubCon warning and blah, blah, blah. I'll be like, no, that's not DubCon. To me, that's not DubCon. Go fly a kite. Go fly a kite. Go. Shoot. If you don't like my fic, don't read my fic. See? That's the beauty of the back button. You push it for a reason. You don't have to read something if you find out you don't like it. You know what? I don't like Dickens. I despise Charles Dickens. I don't read his books. I can get through Oliver Twist, and I like stories about orphans who have a horrible life and then find a family and they have a fairy tale ending. But you know what? Dickens' writing style just... Ooh. Not to mention Twilight. Yeah, that needed a big warning. Oh, and 50 Shades of Shit, too. It's like, I didn't even know that book had porn in it until somebody said so. It's like, shouldn't that have warnings? Where's the warnings on this book about it? You know what? That's a whole nother video. I'm gonna go now. I'm Johnny Penn, and I just did this whole big rant, and nobody gives a shit. But you know what? It pisses me off. Oh, and that kink meme I wasn't going to mention. I'm still not going to mention it, but I'm very, very tempted to.